Hello, hello, and welcome, life learners, to the Business of Life Masterclass podcast. Here we are with a little twist on our follow through episode with Tonya Baradaran. Barb, when did we have her on?
So her original episode aired on July 27th, and the topic was being generous in contributions, ideas, grace, and perspective while having fun with speech. How cool is that?
Oh my gosh, Tonya is she is a really she is a grounding inspiration, which sounds different. Like she has the ability to make you feel so seen and heard and so connected. And yet she does these subtle things that are intentional on her part that are truly inspirational. I know she had a lot of things that we had. First of all, we were laughing while we were in the show, and then we were listening to Up in the Club, 50 Cent, and we didn't expect that 50 Cent, excuse me, to be her song, and yet that song, Party Like It's Your Birthday, I mean, you cannot not
You
feel
have to
good
dance. Yes,
when
and
you're
we
listening.
were.
We were
Yes.
dancing, we were listening, and it just made us smile and think about the complexity of Tanya and her history of her education is outstanding, and then her sales leadership, and now to have changed gears and chosen to be this really successful author who's focusing on how, with kids on the spectrum, how you can communicate with them, proves that she is so well-rounded and I don't think there's a thing she can't address or do and do really well.
Yeah,
What's the
and she
first thing
talked.
you implemented?
So the first thing that I implemented is getting outside. And so I'm going to say it exactly how she did, but get outside and ground yourself in the grass. And so
Yes,
walking bare feet outside, it's something. It is definitely, it made me feel grounded.
it does make you feel grounded. Now, ours has been a little bit different because they laid sod, but it wasn't sod like I knew before. Last time we had sod, it was in these squares or these rectangles. This sod that they put at our property, and it seems lovely, is Bahia grass, and it's little plugs almost, but it's the entire yard. So I said to Michael, we're going to do this, okay? And he said it's really lumpy. And it was lumpy because they hadn't rolled it yet. I said, well, we're going to ground ourselves in these lumps then. So
Yeah.
we did it. And Michael was holding on to me because I think he felt like I was going to get sucked into a hole, but I didn't. And when I put my arms down, and perhaps it's because he was holding me, I looked up at the sky. It felt like that sun coming through, like I was getting that vitamin D all the way to my toes. So she's right, the grounding. And it led us to have a conversation about being at the Biltmore Estates. And when you go to the Vanderbilt house and the Biltmore Estates, one of the things that's a joy that not everybody does is you can go out there and take your shoes off in their grass, and their
Yeah.
grass is spectacular. So
Spectacular.
I was,
Next level.
it led us, yeah, it is. It led us to reminisce about the simplicity of going to those spectacular, the huge homes, and yet the joy came in the grass. And we even took a little nap with Michael's brother and his fiance one time because we were all just so relaxed. And so I get what Tanya means about the grass and the ground grounds you because it feels like you can't fall. I mean, because you can't, you're already down there.
Yes. And one of the things that she talked about, so walking, I feel like has been a theme. She
Mhm.
walks at night with her husband, and they do like a down low of the day. And so I really like that. I'm doing that with my husband, with our new phase, with my being an empty nester, where our whole world revolved around the kiddos. And so it's a new adjustment. And so finding that time to connect with my husband, talk about the day and what's going on for the next, we've enjoyed it. We're not taking our dogs on this walk because otherwise it does become all about them. And so this is just, a quick walk around our neighborhood. It allows us to, feel part of the community, talking to our neighbors and then connecting with one another. So I am definitely keeping that in my schedule for sure.
We did it in the morning on Sunday, and it is different. I know that's not what she said. We started doing it after Tanya was on the show by going down by our property and walking in the neighborhood, like you were saying, and talking about what was on the plan for the GC to finish that week. And so that allowed us to prepare for the week. So we did utilize it differently. Once we're in the house, we can do that after. I mean, almost almost all European countries I've visited, people do walk after they
Yeah,
eat because
after a
it's good for
meal, right?
digestion. So
Yes.
it's good for connection, it's good for digestion. We will do it. We did it on Sundays and we made that our habit. We'd drive down, look at the property, see how the house was progressing, and then we'd walk and talk about what still was, what had gotten accomplished, what could be done. So it still was a download. So ours was a little bit different. And, she has this new book out and we haven't gotten it. And I don't know if we've missed the link. We will look for it. And as soon as we have the link, we'll post it with this for everybody. So that's on us because haven't caught that yet somehow.
Her
If there was
second book, right?
her second book, yes, we had the first book. But then she talked about her whole experience of being in a different environment with her son and allowing this to really let that be a new identity for her, that she was almost a hesitant expert and yet she's become such a voice in that community. And then she led us to Rihanna, which I thought Rihanna remade Don't Stop the Music, which was a song from way back, and then we listened to it and it was different.
It was different. That is the one that I was thinking about. Another thing, it just reminded me of you, Debbie, is her connection and golfing with her girlfriends.
Yes, yes. She's I wish everybody can meet Tonya because when you meet her, she listens to you and then she usually says something that's really clever and it's quietly clever. And so I haven't been on the golf course with her. So I'm hoping one time when I'm in Dallas that we can get on the golf course together or if it's when she's visiting. Because I was thinking about her on the golf course. First of all, she's athletic. Secondly, she's competitive. Third, she's successful and she's funny. So I thought she has to be a
For
ball
a
to
win.
golf with.
Yeah.
All the way. I mean, I was visiting Dallas and I was working with Skip Eller, who's been on the show,
Yep.
and she came over and she asked me what type of wine he liked, and she brought us that wine that we were at the hotel staying. She's just incredibly thoughtful, but none of it feels, she doesn't make any of it feel like it's a big effort to do something for you. And here she has, a lot of different different environments than she may have anticipated that her life would be, but she makes it look and feel, I don't want to say effortless because I know she puts in a lot of effort. She makes it look graceful. That's a better way to put it. Is she has a lot of grace with that little bit of humor, that subtlety. She's even her tone, she keeps it so calm. So they might not have been the things that she was talking about specifically for the follow through. They were things that I picked up on that reminded me of the reason she is such a wonderful human to know is because she brings all this subtlety that adds to a lot of inspiration.
Absolutely. She said, I think progress over perfection and then embrace the fear.
Hmm. Hmm.
So
And
those talk to me for sure.
lots of changes, like I said, in her life. So I loved when she shared that about the fear because, again, she has such grace. It doesn't look like she has any fear, and yet she's humble and vulnerable enough to share that she did. She got to embrace it.
Graceful. Well, what a great way to close this out. Please know, listeners, that you can stay connected with us on Instagram and Facebook at the Business of Life Masterclass, me on Instagram at the Stay at Work Mom, and Debbie Lundberg is Debbie Lundberg most everywhere. Debbie is Debbie Lundberg Coach on TikTok. If you like what you heard, please rate us 5 stars. We are committed to providing you with 5-star guests just like Tonya. So stay tuned and thank you for joining us for this episode of the Business of Life Masterclass, the podcast for successful people embracing every chance to accomplish and experience all you can in business and in life.
Listen, choose, do. Thank you.
Thank you.
If you have ever thought, gosh, I'd like a collaborator, I wonder what else I could do, it's likely that the answer is a coach. Hi, I'm Debbie Lundberg, Performance and Mindset Coach with Presenting Powerfully. And if you would like confidential coaching to drive you to the next idea, the next role, or even to figure out your own brand, please reach out to us at Presenting Powerfully, 813-494-4438. Thank